Hello everyone. You are on the channel. How is this possible? Everyone, enjoy your viewing. Socrates argued that beauty is a queen who does not rule for long. One cannot but agree with this position. Meanwhile, Socrates knew nothing about Lake Natron in Tanzania. Perhaps this knowledge would have allowed the great thinker to evaluate this category differently. Yes, we are used to admiring the azure water of the ocean, stunning blue lakes, cheerfully reflecting the purple rays of the setting sun. However, in our world there is also a destructive, terrible beauty. No, I'm not talking about the scorched prairie or the unattractive pictures after the cataclysms. Here we feel the fear of not being in the place of the victims. We try to leave such places as soon as possible or turn the news line so as not to see it. Stills from horror films. It is impossible to look away. You feel a sense of fear and admiration at the same time. This is the very terrible beauty. Lake Natron has become the final resting place for many living organisms. Don't believe me? In vain. For the first time, the world learned about this reservoir from the photographs of Nick Brandt. I just couldn't help but film them. No one even really knows exactly how they die. It seems as if the matter is in a mirrored reservoir, whose surface is confusing, and therefore the birds crash into the lake, as if into a window glass. This is how the photographer himself says about the lake. Such a fate befell not only the feathered inhabitants of Africa. Birds and animals were captured in the most natural poses during life. The refusal to take color photographs favorably enhanced the gloomy, painful impression. Oddly enough, the local tribes have not preserved, if any, legends or traditions about this place. The only thing that the inhabitants of nearby settlements could tell was information that Natron was a veil created by spirits. Indeed, it looks terrifying, the bright red color of the surface of the water, at times turning into orange and pink, ossified mummies, lake of blood. This is the thought that arises first. Local tribes do not quite agree with this idea. They call the lake the neutral word, red. The lack of information fueled interest, but after a short time, scientists published an answer to a question of concern to many. Why did these animals die and why do their mummies look like this? As it turned out, no terrible secrets had to be revealed. The fact is that there are too many salts and alkali in the water. In combination with a high temperature, in wetlands it reaches plus 50 C, and during a period of intense heat, it rises to plus 60. The contact of living organisms with such a liquid becomes fatal. The animals are covered with a layer of salt and calcified. As it turned out, no terrible secrets had to be revealed. The fact is that there are too many salts and alkali in the water. In combination with a high temperature, in wetlands it reaches plus 50 C, and during a period of intense heat, it rises to plus 60. The contact of living organisms with such a liquid becomes fatal. The animals are covered with a layer of salt and calcified. It would seem that everything should help scare away living beings from this place, but the animals are looking for a watering hole, and the lake sometimes plays a cruel joke with its guests. During periods of drought and heat, the water becomes viscous, outwardly resembles a mirror. It becomes quite difficult for birds to distinguish the surface of the lake from the land, and they accidentally fall into the water. A similar fate can befall not only birds, but also other species of animals. Some death, and some life. Not everything is so terrible and sad. For some species of organisms, Lake Natron has become a home. Due to the specific caustic environment, there is no need to boast of a rich fauna and flora. Few organisms have been able to adapt to such difficult conditions. First of all, it is necessary to note halophilic cyanobacteria. Taking part in photosynthesis, they turn pink, places of their large concentration turn red and the periphery turn orange. In addition, fish live in the lake. Yes, it didn't seem to you. Only alkaline tilapia, a rather cute-looking fish, could survive in such an environment. Lake Natron is a favorite breeding ground for lesser flamingos. Millions of birds fill the coast, which, by the way, takes on a normal color in some places. There are tourists here too. At first it seems that hardly anyone wants to go to such a dangerous reservoir. Evaporation or water do not carry instant death for the human body, but the possibility of getting severe burns, even with a short contact, is great. However, many tourists are not only ready to come to personally look at the lake, but also set up a camping town near the reservoir. There are no special tourist excursions to Natron, but still, there is nothing to do there without a guide. Naturally, swimming in the lake, even where the water has a usual color for us, is out of the question. At best you will get off with burns. For photography enthusiasts, there is something to capture on camera, from graceful flocks of flamingos to petrified mummies. What can I say in the end? Lake Natron is undoubtedly one of the corners of the planet for dangerous adrenaline-fueled travel. This, of course, is not the sweetest place, but this is the place where the suddenness of life is felt acutely. Some animals here forever froze and inspire us with horror with their appearance, and the second have just been born and delight us with their beauty. Thank you all for viewing. Bye.